I checked the marriage registration form and submitted it to a clerk together with my fiancé Chris. The clerk said, "Well, let me check it for you," and received it. While waiting, Chris walked to his family in a good mood. With him, I could build a happy family and get along well with his family. Just when I was thinking that, I heard worrisome words in the conversation between Chris and his family. It took a long time. Once they submit the marriage registration form, she won't be able to escape from us easily. I finally got my servant. I won't have to work now either. Chris, you did really well. From now on, we can live luxuriously. Yes, I want a brown bag. I want golf clubs. I'll even let her do all the housework. We can live gracefully from now on. I couldn't believe what I just heard. What are these people talking about? As I froze in surprise, the clerk was opening her eyes wide. Apparently, she heard that too. Maybe Chris and his family were so happy that they didn't realize they were talking louder than they thought. The clerk looked at me and whispered, "There's no omission, but I'll give this back to you," and gently handed the marriage registration form back to me. I whispered, "Thank you so much," and put it in my bag. My name is Mary, 30-year-old office worker. I studied really hard to get into a high-level high school and university. Then I got a job at one of the most famous IT companies in the world, and I focused on producing results. Then I was promoted to section manager at the age of 30. The harder I worked, the more results I got, which is fun and fits my personality. But sometimes I feel lonely. It's been a long time since I had a boyfriend last time. And when I see my friends around me getting married or having babies and looking happy, I sometimes feel sad. I wonder if I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life. Mary, what are you thinking about? My coworker Justin talked to me. Oh, hi Justin. Did I look like that? You look like you were having a problem. Oh, it's nothing. Thank you for worrying. Oh, okay. That's not good. Maybe I really should get a boyfriend. I asked a friend of mine for advice, and she held a home party for me. That's when I met Chris. Chris is the same age as me and works for an IT company too, so we had a lot to talk about. We started dating, and the relationship continued smoothly, and we got to know each other better and better. He's very family oriented, and I got to meet his family early on. I was often invited to his parents' house for dinner. Mary, nice to meet you. I'm Chris's mom, Catherine. I'm his dad, Mike. Nice to meet you. I'm Mary. Hi, I'm Chris's sister, Kate. I didn't know Chris had such a cute girlfriend. His family seemed very nice. Do you have any food you don't like? No, I can eat anything. Chris has a lot of picky eaters. Oh, that's a childhood thing. Well, what did Chris hate? He hated broccoli and asparagus. I had to shred it and put it in meat. Oh, really? Mom, stop it. You are embarrassing me. A friendly and happy family. That's what I always wanted. My parents divorced when I was in middle school. I lived with my dad, and my sister lived with my mom. My sister and I didn't get along very well, so when I found out that we were going to be separated, I wasn't that sad. The reason why my dad and mom divorced was that both of them loved their work and didn't want to do housework for us at all. In the end, they decided to divorce, taking one child, and do the housework equally. Both my dad and mom had high incomes, so neither of us had trouble living. My dad was not indifferent, but basically left me alone and let me be free. I really wanted to be independent. I thought the best way for that was to go to a high-level university and get a job at a good company. So I studied really hard. Then I was able to get a job at one of the most famous IT companies in the world. But I had never felt family love. So I adored Chris's warm family. Think of us as your other family. I guess Chris said so because he knew my family situation. I was regularly invited to his parents' house for dinner. His sister Kate seems to think of me as a real sister and asks me about work. After graduating from university, Kate got a job at a dishonest company. Long hours, no overtime pays, and too much work. So she quit and is now working part-time at an ice cream shop. But now she's looking for a full-time job and asks me for advice. Thank you, Mary. This is very helpful. It's okay, Kate. I like talking to you. Mary, you are like a real big sister. I always wanted a big sister. Oh, that's so sweet. My sister never thanked me for anything, and she wasn't as nice as you at all. Oh, really? Then let's go to lots of places together. Great, let's do that. Wow, I'm so happy. I have many cafes and restaurants I want to visit with you. Okay, then let's go there when we have a day off on the same day. Yay, I'm so excited. Kate was really cute and I was glad that I got to know her. It was around this time that Chris proposed to me out of the blue. Mary, will you marry me? I wanna build a warm family with you. I was so happy, and we told Chris's family that he proposed to me and we are getting married. Oh, you're finally getting married. Finally, Chris proposed to you. Now you're going to be my sister-in-law. His family was so happy. We'll have to talk about the wedding and stuff. Chris looked so happy. That day, we had dinner there and left. Mary, are you getting married? Yes, I'm finally getting married. Congratulations. Thank you. People at work congratulated me. On the next holiday, we were invited to Chris's parents' house again for lunch. On the way, Chris said, I have something important to tell you later. Okay. Chris said happily, so I guess it would be something good. When we arrived at his parents' house, there was a stuffed turkey on the table. Are you celebrating something today? Chris's mom smiled and said, I'm so happy to think that Mary is going to be my daughter-in-law. She looked cute as she said it shyly. We opened a cold beer and enjoyed turkey. It's nice to have something to celebrate. After some light chit-chat, Chris said, Oh, I forgot to tell you something important. I'm thinking of going to the marriage registry today. What? Actually, I've already prepared it. I was surprised. Sure, we are going to marriage registry, but why today? Is today a special day? No, it's not like that. Then why are we going today? I just wanted to get it done as soon as possible. Why not after the wedding? The wedding is still a long way off. When we visited several restaurants, we found one that we really liked and decided to have our wedding there. However, it was a very popular restaurant so we were able to make a reservation a few months later. I think we should wait until after the wedding. No, I want to be married to you as soon as possible. The sooner the better for us too. Mary, I agree with Chris. You should get married as soon as possible. We were going to find an apartment which is in the middle of Chris's work and my work. Yeah, about that. We were thinking of moving into this house together. What? I was so surprised. Well, I thought we'd be living alone. I mean, it'll take time to find an apartment. We have to prepare for the wedding too. Then I think it'll be better to live at my parents' house first and take our time to look for an apartment to live in. Chris may have a point, but I'm worried to live with his family. And I don't have a good impression of living together with my family. Chris's family members are all nice, but will they really be okay? We are already ready to welcome you into our family. We understand your family situation, so you don't have to worry about anything. I thought at this point I could live with them. Okay, thank you so much. Then let's go to the marriage registry. Kate said so, and Chris and his parents agreed. I said, okay, let's do it. And we all decided to go to the marriage bureau together. Kate, who didn't drink alcohol, drove the car and we arrived there. I must have had too many beers and I was a bit nervous that I had to go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom before submitting the marriage registration form. When I came back from the bathroom, Chris's parents and Kate were talking happily. I checked the marriage registration form and submitted it to a clerk with Chris. The clerk said, well, let me check it for you, and received it. While waiting, Chris walked to his family in a good mood. With him, I could build a happy family and get along well with his family. Just when I was thinking that, I heard worrisome words in the conversation between Chris and his family. It took a long time. Once they submit the marriage registration form, she won't be able to escape from us easily. I finally got my servant. I won't have to work now either. Chris, you did really well. From now on, we can live luxuriously. Yes, I want a brand bag. I want golf clubs. I'll even let her do all the housework. I couldn't believe what I've just heard. What are these people talking about? As I froze in surprise, the clerk was opening her eyes wide. Apparently she heard that too. Maybe Chris and his family were so happy that they didn't realize they were talking louder than they thought. The clerk looked at me and whispered, there's no omission, but I'll give this back to you, and gently handed the marriage registration form back to me. I whispered, thank you so much, and put it in my bag. After I put it in my bag, Chris came to me. Has it been submitted with no problem? Yes. Then let's go home. I followed Chris's family. They used to look like a warm, friendly family, but now they just look scary. That day, they drove me home, but the next day, Chris told me that we got married and we should live together at his parents' house now. I said okay, and decided to move into his parents' house to find out if that conversation was true. Of course, I pretended that I canceled my apartment and told Chris that I would deal with everything by myself, saying that I would sell my stuff to a recycling company soon. And we started living together at his parents' house. As soon as I arrived there, the attitude of Chris's family changed. Mary, I will manage all the finances in this house. So put all your salary into this house. What? And Chris agreed with her. I'm sure my mom will take care of it well. She will give you money for lunch and other things. And she will manage household finances well. Oh, really? That's right. So don't worry about giving me your entire salary. Oh, and one more important thing. Do all the housework. What? Do you have a problem with that? I'm working, so it's a bit of a burden doing all the housework. Oh, are you such a coward who won't even try from the start? What? Shut your mouth and do all the chores. Now you're our daughter-in-law. Chris's dad said this with the scariest look he had ever shown me. And even Kate said, I like your brown bags. Buy some for me too. And Chris said, Mary, you are now my wife and a member of the family, so do everything we tell you to. I realized that it's their real character. They have been trying to take advantage of me from the beginning. I don't want to. What? What did you say? I can't accept everything you just told me. I won't do all the housework. I won't give you my entire salary. When I said that, Chris and his family got really angry. Hey Mary, what are you talking about? You are our daughter-in-law. Just do what we tell you to. Your value is only to enrich our lives. They raise their voices. I'm not your daughter-in-law. What? You had the conversation at the marriage bureau, didn't you? After that conversation, I decided not to register our marriage. Their faces turned pale. Oh, fudge. Are you sure you didn't give it to them? Why don't you check with the marriage bureau? I already put the marriage registration form in the trash. I can't live with people who take advantage of me. Let's just break up, Chris. Chris fell into a heap. I left the house. Apparently, they had already made plans to go on an overseas trip with their family of 4 and have even booked a luxury hotel and a first-class airline tickets because they thought they would get all my salaries. The day I broke up with Chris was already the day before the trip, so they had to pay a lot of cancellation fees. Chris asked me to pay the cancellation fee, but of course I refused and immediately blocked him from contacting me. Now they have around $50,000 in debt and they're all cursing each other. They were only connected with money. Chris's family didn't have a very good relationship either. Mary, did you cancel the marriage? Oh, Justin, have you heard about that already? Rumors really do spread fast, don't they? You can laugh if you want. I'm not laughing. I'm happy. What? Why? Because that means I have a chance. What? He looked embarrassed when he said that. A few months later, he asked me to date him. And he proposed to me recently. I'm so happy now. Chris and his family are a bit scary. They've been only nice to Mary from the beginning to take advantage of her. I'm glad she found out their true nature just before they got married. I was wondering about the rest of the story with Justin, but for now, I wish Mary a happy marriage this time. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel if you like. See you in the next video.